Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. I'm so excited to welcome Erin Valdez to the show. Of course, she is hot off the critically acclaimed mini-series Razor Tongue. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning.
So this mini-series is breaking a ton of barriers, and I know you're also at the forefront of the Time's Up movement. So tell us about this and your inspiration.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me here and also introducing me as an actress and filmmaker, because a lot of times when I do publicity, people are very quick to introduce me as transgender actress and filmmaker, as if it's a warning label. So I really appreciate the way I was introduced today. Thank you. But I wrote the show pretty much in the midst of the #MeToo movement, and I got very involved early on with Time's Up. I was working on the show Transparent, and I came out in support of my sisters, Trace Lissette and Van Barnes, who spoke against their offender who was the lead of our show. And I was just at a point in my life where I was also interrogating my own complacency with my part on the show, since I had known pretty early on what was going on. But also just kind of interrogating my complacency in my own experience as, you know, an actress and a woman in Hollywood, of, you know, the things that I've had to put up with in regards to misogyny and discrimination. And so I wrote this show just to sort of, you know, kind of create a healing process.
So was there a moment, you know, take us there, like in a virtual share, like what was the moment for you? Where were you when you decided, I can't live like this anymore?
You know, I was put sort of in a situation where, you know, I have a lot of love for the show Transparent, and it's brought me so much joy and so much opportunity. And it introduced me to this queer community and this queer family that I didn't have before, because prior to Transparent, I was living a stealth life as, you know, no one really knew my gender history. So I kind of felt like I owed it to not just my community and the show, because I had so much love for it, but I owed it to myself to start just standing up and knowing and speaking up when I know I shouldn't be spoken to that way, then I shouldn't be spoken to that way, and just figuring out a way to articulate that in a way that they know that that's not how I should be treated.
And speaking and living your truth, really, out of stealth mode, how has your life changed?
Oh God, it changed drastically. I mean, you know, when I was in it, and it was for about 10 years of my life, there's always the compartmentalizing of emotions, and always the, you know, separating my life in worlds. Like, okay, these people know, and then these people don't know. So I'll hang out with these people, you know, for a period, and then I'll go off and hang out with, and so my worlds never blended. And so now it's so much easier, because everyone in my life knows and is very loving and very supportive. And it's just so much easier, and I don't have to overthink too much, and I don't have to, you know, create some sort of strategy or revise what I'm going to say. You know, I could just say whatever I want now and just be myself.
Yeah, I like for me as a doctor, Divinity, I don't even consider I'm my body. So like, I don't think any of us have a gender, you know what I mean? So I don't really like, it doesn't even, but it is kind of interesting to see and witness where some old school and where it goes to and whatever. But thank you so much for just living your truth. And I think that that's the point for all of us, is that hopefully we're going to come to a place where everyone just gets to be expressed, and whatever is their bliss. And that's the most important thing, for sure. And you're doing this for sure. So tell us about what you're producing, what you've produced.
So I've produced a romantic comedy called Ryan's, which is on YouTube and Vimeo. It's a 14-minute short film about a trans woman who doesn't date anybody by the name of Ryan. Because her ex-boyfriend's name is Ryan. And so it's a romantic comedy about just reverse otherization. And then my new show, Razor Tongue, which is now also on YouTube and could be found on nowevartist.com/razortongue. It's about a trans woman who starts calling out the misogynic behaviors of the men around her, but then she's antagonized into calling out someone she loves publicly on air, and so is put to the test of having to question what it is that she actually stands for. So it's fun. It's it's a romantic comedy. It's got some drama. It's got some humor, and it's got a lot of queer people involved. A lot of the work that I do, it's 80% trans, female, people of color, queer, just behind the camera and in front of the camera, and not necessarily playing trans characters either. Which I think that's. Talk about Transformation Tuesday, that's where I would love this industry to get to at a certain point.
Well, thank you for being at the forefront of that. Please tell
Thank you.
everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey.
Yes, my Instagram and my Twitter is @RainValdez, and the show Razor Tongue is on noweverartist.com/razortongue.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Stay tuned. We'll be back for more on Good Morning La La Land.